Hey, I'm Ton Vin, and this is Seattle Eats, a food podcast from the Seattle Times and KUOW. What comes to mind when you think of instant ramen? Maybe a college student eating straight from the pot? For me, ramen is a childhood dinner in a styrofoam cup. This packaged version of the Japanese noodle is cheap, and these days it's easy to find. But with a little bit of work, instant ramen can go from a simple staple to a truly delicious meal without breaking the bank. Josh Ratza has perfected the art of hacking ramen. Josh is a chef on Lopez Island and the author of a self-published cookbook, Elevated Instant Ramen. Today, Josh and I are hitting the grocery store. He'll show me how to shop for instant ramen and the ingredients to spice it up. Plus, Josh takes inspiration from one ramen we find and makes me an impromptu lunch in the parking lot. Hope you're hungry. Let's go. I met up with Josh at the Uwajimaya in Seattle's Chinatown International District. We chatted in the produce section before embarking on our ramen journey. Josh is the owner and chef at Setsunai Noodle Bar on Lopez Island. His restaurant is all about farm-to-table cooking. All the noodles are made by hand. So I thought it was kind of strange that his cookbook, Elevated Instant Ramen, revolves around a pre-packaged dish and a lot of store-bought ingredients. I asked him about this, and Josh told me his love of instant ramen goes way back to his childhood in the Bay Area.
Instant ramen is what came first for us in America. We didn't have access to real ramen. So from my childhood is where I, find a love for instant ramen. It just brings back a lot of memories. And so having all these crazy new varieties all over the world coming to us, it just makes sense to explore that and have fun with it, because I like to break rules. I like to try to challenge myself to try new things and explore, looking for new flavors and tastes. And having those packaged ones already there gives me a chance to try something different. Yeah, and then again, just curiosity and just having fun.
You certainly did have fun, because people do a lot of instant ramen hack, but you actually put it in a cookbook form. What a genius idea. What are some of the instant ramen hack in your instant ramen hack book?
Yeah, so my favorite one is the shio coconut that we make, and that is like just a total rip off the one we make in the shop. And we wanted to choose like the most available, cheapest ramen that you could find, which was the roasted chicken ramen by Nissin, and it's just been around forever. So it's 55 cents. And then, of course, all the other ingredients like the chili crisp and the pickled shiitakes and the coconut milk. These things take a little bit of time to acquire, but I thought giving people a chance to like explore food is what the book is all about. It's more like a launch pad, right? To say it's okay to do whatever you want with this.
All right. I am a college student, which means I have to go back like 40 years. And I'm in a dorm room. What pantry stable should I have for my instant ramen game?
Okay, that's pretty easy. I'm going to go shelf stable. So we're going to need chili crisp or chili oil and hot sauce. So, and there's like a billion out there. So I would pick a few of those for sure, because they really can up a flavor like tenfold. Furikake would be another great choice because there's so many flavors.
Tell the listeners what that is.
Okay, furikake is rice seasoning, and there's like a shiso rice seasoning. There's too many to name. We can go look, and there's probably about a dozen, but they're shelf stable, and they're like salt mixed with sesame seeds and sometimes nori, typically, and they're like you could sprinkle it on top of your rice, but you can sprinkle it on top of your ramen too. So that would be another one that I would pick. The next thing I would do is tinned fish or tinned meats, because they're shelf stable, and if you're a college student, you don't have a fridge. Or if you do, it's so tiny and full of rotten food anyway. If I had space for fresh veggies, I would definitely get like just a simple packet of mixed greens, like the frying greens. Arugula would be my choice, and some scallion, just because it's great, and an avocado. Those are like they're usable in a lot of different ways as well in other foods, not just in ramen. So my hope is that by choosing those, you might actually use them up in other stuff too.
So, Josh, I used to eat a lot of instant ramen, and we talked about this. they've gotten a lot better. I mean, to me, they're the equivalent of frozen dumplings and frozen pizza. It has gotten a lot better than when we were kids, way, way back then. Because back then, it was the equivalent of like cardboard pizza. Now, it's gourmet. There's so many different flavors. Delicious.
Yeah, but I would say that they still suck, even at their best, because there's nothing in it but carbs. There's no and a flavor packet. So you got MSG, you got other kinds of salt, you got some dehydrated flavor in there, but there's nothing substantial to help with the sugar intake into your body. There's nothing to slow it down. So at its core, it's not very good for you. The way to make it better for you is to start adding some fats and other things that are in your refrigerator that you have access to make it a more balanced meal.
All right, Josh. Show, don't tell. Let's go to the instant ramen aisle. And you point out some ramens that you love. I'm so curious.
All right, me too. Let's check it out.
Josh and I made our way to the instant ramen aisle. And yes, I mean a whole grocery store aisle just for instant ramen. It's a tapestry of packages in bright colors and different languages. There's Korean, Japanese, Chinese, and English. Some shelves hold styrofoam cups and bowls with dried noodles inside. Others have square packages with 4 or 5 bricks of ramen. I see spicy in all caps, crab flavors, beef flavors, and a lot of flavors I don't recognize. I wouldn't even know where to start. But luckily, Josh is right at home.
Every grocery store that sells a lot of ramen's got 2 sides to it. They got a styrofoam cup side and they got the block side. I'm a block style shopper because I don't love styrofoam, but I will in a pinch because it comes with a bowl, right? But if I'm taking it home, I'm going to stick on the block side. So if we look at that, we got several countries that are popular that make it, like mainly it's China, Japan, Korea, and like even India makes some these days. This one here is champon, and I've never tried this before. They've been around since 1963. So I was excited to find this. What I do know about is their noodles are thicker. I'm a thin noodle guy. I like thin noodles. Not that I don't like thick ones, but generally I like the thinner noodles better.
So tell me why you prefer thinner instant ramen noodles to thicker. What is the advantage?
More capillary action, so more broth comes up with it because you've got more space in between the noodles to like bring up flavor to your mouth. And also it's a textural thing. I think I just like smaller noodles versus bigger noodles. And now when I like stir fry style or on like a breakfast ramen that's in the book, so the breakfast ramen's basically just like an instant ramen with the chili crisp and some like a fried egg and the sausage or bacon. I like a thicker noodle.
Josh.
I'm going to put this in my cart because I'm buying this one.
So it's not just a prop, you're actually buying it.
Yeah, I want that one.
Josh, is that also because you're telling me that a lot of times instant ramen isn't as good? So it's really the noodles more like a vessel or a vehicle to hold or cling on to other flavors.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely. I mean, some of the companies have better noodles than other ones, for sure. But it's such a small margin because it's the same 3 ingredients, salt, water, and flour. So I'm looking for things like this one up here from Sapporo Ichiban, which has got black garlic oil. Or I'm looking for...
Say that brand one more time.
Sapporo Ichiban, which just means number 1 from Sapporo. It's an old timer. It's been around forever.
And this is the black garlic oil flavored.
Yes.
And I've had that before.
Yeah, it's great.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't really need to hack it. I just put a soft-boiled egg.
My favorite Korean one is probably here somewhere. It's a Shin ramen over here. So Shin is great. Shin has the beef bone broth, and they have their traditional like tonkotsu. This is the spicy one, and the chicken broth one, which is really good. I like that one a lot. They range anywhere from like $3. I saw here Sapporo Ichiban is $3.60 for 5 of them, which is really cheap. On a well-known website where you can buy things that ship really quickly, you can get that. It's like usually like $10 for 5. So here, locally, I'm seeing $3.50 for 5, which is a great deal.
Josh, I see a lot of different ramen flavor, but if you hack it, don't you want like a neutral ramen so you can like dictate what you want it to taste, or do you just work with what you have? You complement the flavor package.
There's definitely a lot of different ways to approach this, but usually what I'll do is start with a ramen that I see that I'm curious about and understand what it is. Like, is it spicy? Is it chicken? And I'm going to ask myself, like, what's going to complement that?
Josh, we're going to play a quick game of Iron Chef. Okay, I'm going to say we're going to make something with a beef bone broth instant ramen. So I give you this. What would you make with that? How would you hack that right now?
Okay.
On the spot. What
Yeah.
would be a good
well,
place?
easy. I would definitely put beef in there because the beef
Okay.
with the beef bone broth is going to be great. I would probably put avocado on top of that.
Really?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Explain why avocado. Is that in substitution of an egg? Or
Yes,
why avocado?
it is in substitution of an egg. Exactly. It offers a nice color contrast to the dish. It's super available, easy to cut up. The flavor of avocado and beef go really well together. I'm going to put greens in there too, so I'm going to look for shungiku, which is the chrysanthemum leaf, which would be really nice in there. But if I can't find that, I'll probably use something like arugula or some kind of like frying green that I can throw fresh right on there. And the scallion if I have time to chop up some scallion, of course.
Josh, that was too easy. I feel like, in fact, that was one of your recipes in your book. All right, I'm going to throw you another wild card, cheater. I have in my hand a yellow package. It's called cheese ramen. Rich flavor with savory cheese, said the package. So, Mr. Instant Ramen Whisperer, how do you hack this cheese ramen? Go.
Okay, lunch meat.
Spam.
Right, no, I mean, sure, Spam would work great. But I think just like regular sliced deli meats would be fantastic on this. Super easy to do. I mean, I might want something else, like a third element, always a third element. So greens would go, but kids wouldn't like greens. So like, I would probably put an egg in there at that point. And like eat just a fried egg, but if you got 7 minutes and a few extra seconds to peel it, just a regular like soft cooked egg.
Oh, a soft cooked egg.
Yeah.
What about just poaching the egg? Like just
Yeah,
crack
totally.
the egg right into this cheese broth.
Totally. So yeah, cheese ramen, lunch meat. We can even make it just like a sandwich and just pretend the noodles are the bread. I would squirt some Kewpie right on here too. It would be fantastic.
Oh, for listeners out there, Kewpie is a popular Japanese mayo with a lot of MSG. It is delicious. One of the best tasting mayo. Pretty affordable and accessible these days.
About $6 for a bottle.
Yeah, yep.
I'm really curious about the cheese ramen. So Tom, we're gonna go in the parking lot and cook this cheese ramen for you. So now let's track down the other ingredients.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
You've taken this Iron Chef challenge to another level. Okay, I'm game if you are.
Oh, definitely. I can't guarantee it's gonna be fantastic, but let's just find out.
All right. You heard that right. Josh is going to cook up some ramen in the parking lot. It's tailgating time. But first, we have to get the rest of the ingredients. I trail Josh around the store as he looks for those elements that will elevate a cheese ramen. As he shops, Josh brainstorms new flavor ideas and changes his plans based on what he can find. It's like watching a master paint at work. We ring up our cart and head out to the parking lot. Josh puffs up the trunk of his Subaru Outback and pulls out a portable camp stove and a small pot. He starts boiling the water.
So we ended up getting the cheese ramen from Otogi, and I like this brand. They make a lot of really cool flavors. We got shungiku, which is a chrysanthemum leaf. We got some cherry tomatoes, and spam.
Yeah, the breakfast of champions.
Nice and salty too. Okay, I don't even know what's in here, so I'm gonna open up the ramen first of all. Oh wow, a bunch of stuff. I've got noodles, dried cheese. Wow, it's even got 3 levels. Cheese beginner, cheese lover, cheese mania.
So which one are you pressing?
I'm a cheese mania, man. Ooh, look, there's vegetable flakes in here. I'm not gonna use the vegetable flakes. They're gonna get in the way of my spam. But there's soup powder, so I'm gonna use the soup powder and the cheese. So I have one more hidden ingredient. I have Kewpie mayonnaise because no cheese sandwich is complete without Kewpie. Okay, water's almost hot. In go the noodles. I've got the soup base in my hand, powdered soup. The real ramen connoisseur doesn't add the soup packet until later. I don't know. I just made that up. I have no idea. I don't think it really matters, to be honest with you.
Josh lets the noodles cook most of the way, then adds a soup packet for the last minute. The noodles swell and absorb some of that MSG heavy flavor. When they're done, he pours the noodles and broth into a bowl and adds the cheese powder. Even on its own, the ramen smells amazing. But Josh has has a few more tricks up his sleeve. Starting with the Spam. We don't have a knife, so Josh chips away at the cube of meat with his chopsticks.
I mean, if it was at home, I would slice this and do this kind of like nice, but there's something really kind of rustic about the like whacking at it with my chopsticks.
Yeah. So there's shards of Spam into the cheese.
Spam shards. I think that's enough Spam. Now I'm going to get some greens out here. Shungiku is a chrysanthemum green, and it tastes like chrysanthemum. It's really great. It's like very herbal. We got some tomatoes in there. Yeah, and then we got one more other ingredient. How am I going to do this? I think I'm going to take the chopsticks out, and I'm just going to take the Kewpie, and look at that. Iron Chef.
You going to do the honors?
No, you're the host. You go first.
Okay. Look at the bowl. I am going to slurp this first.
Always taste the broth first.
It's really salty and cheesy. It tastes like nachos. And I like the Kewpie mayo. It just gives it another layer of MSG and saltiness.
Well, and it's like a lightness to it too.
Yeah.
Because of the citric acid that's in there.
And now I'm going to taste the Spam. Well, actually, I'm going to eat the noodle first. I like it. It's salty. It's like a nacho soup. The noodle is cooked perfectly. I doubted you. I apologize.
Can I try that? I really want to try this. I'm so curious. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's really good, actually. The Spam makes it really delicious.
Because the Spam really goes well with this nacho flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It really complements each other, all the ingredients. Okay, I'm looking at the receipt here. So we got the cheese ramen package, $7.99 for a 4-pack. A can of Spam for $5.49. Ooh, that's on the high end. Some cherry tomatoes for $3.29. And some shunshiku green for $4.49. Total, $21.43.
$5 a meal, that's not bad. I mean, considering all of the stuff that's in there, and you might actually have some cherry tomatoes left, but there definitely would not be any Spam left.
Josh, thank you so much for driving all the way from Lopez Island to give us this tour.
My pleasure, Don. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Josh's book is called Elevating Instant Ramen. We'll put a link in the show notes with more info. Thanks for listening to Seattle Eats. The show is a production of Seattle Times and KUOW, part of the NPR network. You can support Seattle Eats by investing in the local newsroom and the specialized beats that make this sort of storytelling possible. Please consider joining and subscribing at KUOW.org/eats and SeattleTimes.com. Seattle Eats is produced by Claire McGrain and Brandy Fullwood and edited by Jim Gates and Trevor Lensmeyer. I'm Tom Vin. See you next week.